First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Achad, Radash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. In this particular video, I want to touch on what ChatGPT said about the microchip and how they would implement it, because I asked it a question. If there is a market of beast being the microchip, how would it be implemented? And it's said some very interesting things. So I want to get into it. All right, but before we get into it, I want to say Salakia for the background noise. I am on the plantation right now. They got the TV on blast, but the spirit hopped on me nevertheless. So I'm going to try to get this video off. But anyway, I asked ChatGPT, if there is the market of beast being the microchip, how would they implement it? And let's read what they say. It said, the idea of the market of beast as a microchip is a popular interpretation among some Christian groups, especially within apocalyptic or prophecy-based teachings. Prophecy-based teachings. This belief is usually based on Revelations 13:16-17, which speaks of a mark on the right hand or forehead, which the apostles and elders on down been teaching for years and years. You know, you got other camps out there, they'll say it's sleeping with white women, it's Christianity, it's an embargo, it's something spiritual, so forth and so on. That's wrong, all right? Because when you go inside of that word mark, it's charagma. That's the Greek word for the word mark, which means a physical incision that they're going to make inside of you. Something physical is going to draw blood, all right? The root word to charagma is korax. Korax is something that's sharpened to a point. And this is going to be the delivery system to give you the mark of the beast, all right? If you ever see somebody get the microchip, it's that big hypodermic needle, all right, with a large catheter. That's the delivery system, all right? And the root word to korax is grapho. And grapho means to write down. Now, this chip is going to have all your information onto it. It's going to have your address, your vital signs, your blood sugar levels, your age, your social security, so forth and so on, all right? So just by getting into the word, it tells you what the mark of the beast is, but that's if the spirit's dealing with you, all right? And the spirit's not with a lot of these camps out here, man, all right? So continuing, which speaks of a mark on the right hand or forehead, and that one on the forehead, it can go by the name of the Neuralink, but it's the mark of the beast, which is the microchip nonetheless, that people must have to buy or sell, right? They must have this mark in order to buy or sell. Now, this right here automatically shuts down the argument that it's Christianity, embargo, sleeping with white women, all of this other bullshit. Why? Because how does that translate, or how does that transaction go in a grocery store, man? Well, they're going to ask you to break down John 3:16 in a grocery store, and if you break it down wrong, they tell you can't shop. Come on, man. That's foolish, all right? The only thing that fits right here is the truth, and that is that you have to have the microchip in order to make transactions, man, right? Continuing, if such an idea were implemented as a microchip in the real world, here is how it could be carried out hypothetically and technically. Not as a theological statement, but as a practical possibility. One, normalizing through convenience, which we see that happening right now. They could start by introducing the microchip as a convenience tool. Medical, store your medical history for emergencies. They already had commercials. Back then, they used to call it the VeriChip, all right? And it has a lot of information on how the VeriChip can, which that's what they used to call the mark of the beast, how it can read your vitals and how it can make emergencies, you know, more smoother. Like if somebody got shot and he's by himself, they can just scan the microchip, get his age, his name, his blood type, so forth and so on, all right? Financial, pay with a wave of your hand. We see that happening right now, like contactless cards. We see people in the grocery stores right now recording themselves pay with their hand. There's even a girl on the media called Chip Girl. She's doing it too. All right, you can look her up. Identification, replace IDs or passports. Security, unlock homes, cars, or phones with it. All right, they're doing that already in Sweden. All right, they're showing you the conveniences of this microchip. All right, now look up Chip Girl. She does it too. Her whole house is chipped, so you can't even get access to her house if you do not have the microchip. All right, you see people that have it get inside of their cars, so forth and so on. They're showing you the convenience and making it cool, right? This would likely appeal to people who want to simplify their lives and carry fewer physical items, which on the news they say that, hey, if you never want to lose your wallet, if you never want to lose your keys, hey, get this microchip. So they try to pass it off as a super convenient tool, right? Gradual integration into systems. To get widespread use, they might incentivize adoption, discounts, faster service, elite accesses. Right. Now, over there in Sweden, they give people that have the microchip certain access. All right. I think they get to skip the line on trains and other things. They have other benefits that come with it. All right. Replace older systems, slowly phasing out cards and cash. We see that happening right now. Things are switching to more digital. All right. Really, there's only one big thing that needs to happen to switch it over to straight digital. All right. Use crisis like pandemics or economic collapse. I just was talking about that. All right. If a pandemic happened or economic collapse happened and the money falls, hey, well, this will justify them to use what? Digital. Right here, to justify digital solutions, right? Require for participation. Eventually, it could be mandated for certain activities, right? They'll start out with, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, and before you know it, those few things are turned into a lot more things. Now you realize that you can't do nothing without having this microchip, right? To receive government aid or medical care, to work or receive a salary, right? Because if you don't have the microchip, then how are you going to get paid and how are you going to make transactions, right? Hence, to buy and sell, to travel, vote, or pay taxes. This is where biblical concern comes in. No one can buy or sell without it, right? I was just touch it saying that, man. All right. Now, mind you, this is ChatGPT. This is AI. All right, let's continue. Position as progress or safety. Governments or corporations might market it as a step toward global digital ID system, and we're seeing that happen right now. A lot of places are putting in place a digital ID system. All right, I think Greece just did that. All right, a defense against fraud, illegal immigration, or terrorism. Right. Now, Trump already wanted to microchip the so-called illegal immigrants so he can keep track of them. He already said there's going to be a tracking system on land, sea, and in air. And he wants to do it to the so-called illegal immigrants. And also, I want to bring up another point. If a big T attack, a terrorist attack, was to happen on U.S. soil, they can implement it just to, say they want to know who's on their side. And this is how they keep track of everybody who's in America, so they can make sure that you're not a terrorist or something like that, A way to protect your digital self in an AI-driven world. What to watch for if you're concerned. Well, that's pretty much, everything. But that was interesting, something told me, which was the spirit. Said, hey, ask ChatGPT if there's a mark of the beast being a microchip, how would it be implemented? See what AI would say. Hey, you see? And we've been saying this for years and years and years, starting with the apostles and elders on down from Great Millstone, all right? And affiliates alike. I'm an affiliate of Great Millstone. I'm not great millstone, just to let you know. But I am affiliate. Those men have the truth, all right? And they've been saying this for years. I hope you can take something from this video. I hope it was edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.